The good, the bad, the ugly here today. Now, you decided this is a good story. The woman swears that it is. A mom named Tiffany Lee is from Toronto. And she visited Asia last year and said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a chance and try insects as a form of protein.
Where was she?
She was in China for part of it. And so she tried in China, scorpion on a stick, tarantula legs, crickets. Were you there? You saw?
Didn't see any of that.
You didn't see that, yeah.
I probably could have if we wandered off a little bit, but I didn't see that.
Well, when they did, I know when the Olympics were in China, I watched some NBC, and they did some stories on like the weird foods.
Do they do that in restaurants, or is that like street food?
More street food, I thought, at least on the NBC piece.
It's a wet market,
like just deep fried on the street.
Yeah. So she had them. She had all these things, and this was a few years ago. She said she went to China and did this. Now she has an 18-month-old daughter. And in order to save money...
It has claws.
Is this a superhero origin story?
No.
Do you have a beetle mouth?
No.
Those two pincers?
No. It's a
she can fly.
Scorpion child. No.
You should see what comes out of her butt. It's a poison stinger.
With egg foo young.
No. She says this is great, and I recommend it to all new parents to save money and get protein into the child's diet. She is feeding the child all of these things I just mentioned.
In a blender?
Yep. And she mixes it into her food. Exactly. Cricket puffs, which taste, she says they're like Cheetos, but they're less salty and have more protein, and they're called cricket puffs, which she orders online. Now, she's from Toronto. Whole roasted crickets she has fed the child mixed into baby food. She's mixing things into whole crickets into pancake mix and macaroni and cheese sauce. So the girl's got crickets in her macaroni and cheese, and she's like, I'm getting my child protein, and I'm saving a ton of money. I'm not buying any meats. We're using insects. We just talked about that the other day, that we didn't think Americans would ever go for that, to eat crickets or any kind of
there's obviously that built-in mental block.
Well,
I think the people would have a problem with this because she's doing it with a child, with an infant.
Of course, the child, there's a mental block for us, but the child has no way of knowing that, of course.
She's thinking she gets it used to it once she's young, then it won't be a surprise later.
Exactly. And like, we'll be the ones
What's
eating
wrong with meat? Just too expensive?
Too expensive. She wanted to save money. That's all it was save money. So she orders this stuff online, gets it.
All right.
It lasts longer. She's fed the little girl who's 18 months old, ants, grasshoppers, crickets, and worms. And she says the girl has liked all of it. It's worked out really well.
Don't ask her to bring
I'm sure she's getting dragged on the internet, though.
She is.
Because it's a newborn.
She is. And she's saying, how could you possibly do that? And she says not only does it work well, but the texture in the food the girl likes. She's like interested in picking out that and eating it from her macaroni and cheese. And the taste is good, according to her.
She's not invited to my potluck.
Ooh, I know.
No one's touched it.
Just the idea.
Yeah. Damn right.
No one's touched your dish, Janine.
I know why.
Just the idea.
There's legs in it.
Fried tarantula legs. She said that was her favorite.
No.
When she went over to the land of China. And she said, when she looked at it, she thought, am I going to eat this? Then did. And thought, okay, it's not bad. And now she's doing it with her family.
Yeah, the strangest thing we almost ate, my friend who was hosting us, we were going to go eat donkey burgers. Mm-hmm. But I think I told you that the government is kind of cracking down on donkey burger restaurants because they say it makes China appear archaic, old world.
Donkey burgers.
A modern society would never eat donkey.
Yeah.
They want to be perceived as current, up to date, cutting edge.
I guess, but there's we eat cow, and what's donkey and cow, and they're just animals.
Yeah, but cows only have two functions.
Of course,
milk and meat. Donkeys are
Donkey carry around.
Animals.
We don't eat horses. Generally,
we don't.
No, we don't. Some countries, I guess, would. Here's a good story. You can't deny this being a good story. A guy named Dale Schroeder from Iowa apparently saved about $3 million before he passed away, and he set up a scholarship fund to send 33 kids, strangers, to college. And it was just revealed recently that he would do this. And the director of his will has now found the 33 different students, and all are set to graduate now from a college where he's from in Missouri. And they all say, I can't believe he would do this for me. He wanted to do that because he had no real relatives that he knew. So and he had made $3 million. This is one of the students and the director of his will.
I grew up in a single parent household, and I had 3 older sisters. So paying for all 4 of us was never an option.
I said, I never got the opportunity to go to college, and so I'd like to help kids go to college. Finally, I kind of was curious. I said, how much are we talking about, Dale? And he said, oh, just shy of $3 million, and I nearly fell out of my chair.
For a man that would never meet me to give me basically a full ride to college, that's incredible.
She went to the University of Missouri. The guy in the middle there,
the attorney,
is the attorney who was his friend who took care of all of it and basically dispersed it at a random drawing to give it to 33 different students. And they've all gone to college and now are graduating. He died 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And they were able to do that.
That's great.
Unbelievable to do something like that.
That's good.
Never had kids, so he wanted to pass it on. So he has made 33 lives better just by giving them that money. And you heard the student at first saying, out of the blue, wasn't going to go to college.
How do we select the students?
Wasn't going to go to college. Random draw. Just went to the universities and said, who's trying to apply but struggling and need financial aid, and just picked them.
The attorney says, I have 45 million, 42, 40, 38, yeah, 33 million.
3, all the way down to $3 million is what he wound up giving. Here's I guess this is a bad story. It started out trying to be helpful and a good story, but left one TikToker in tears. She's one of these that likes to go around and just help people. Biggie knows this story. He's already given me hand gestures.
One of those.
Yeah. Her name is Amelia Goldsmith, and she likes to go into gas stations, convenience stores, grocery stores, and say, I'm going to buy your gas, or I'm going to buy your
She's a pay it forward?
She's a pay it forward person. So recently she went into a grocery store in, let's see, where is she? I think she's in California. And she's trying to buy groceries for the people in the grocery store. And apparently she was in a fairly affluent neighborhood, and all of them are like, I don't need your help. I don't want, give it to somebody more deserving. So she tried like 10 different people, and they all told her, thanks, but no thanks. So she wound up in tears over it.
This may be really random, but I'd love to pay for your food shop today. Just because I want to... No, honestly, like, I do this thing where I want to do something nice.
There's a lot more deserving people in here than that, thank you.
That was stressful, guys. That was really stressful. I felt really, like, in panic mode. I don't know why, I just felt like I was expecting someone to be, overjoyed and grateful and happy for me to pay for their shopping, but... obviously, that didn't go down well.
No one was. She was crying on the video, saying, I really thought people would take me up on this. It didn't work.
She didn't do her research, did she?
Apparently not.
Well, and this
wrong
is
neighborhood.
This seems to be a big thing on TikTok, Instagram Reels now, where what you do is you go up to somebody, and one guy, I see his videos a lot, he has a really annoying voice like this. And he goes up and he's like, he pretends he needs money. Do you have $2?
Yeah.
I want to buy these flip-flops, but I'm $2 short. And of course, whoever it is like, oh, yeah, here's $2.
Right.
And then he's like, now I give you $1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this kind of thing, and people go up and they'll say, can you, I'll pay for your groceries today because you gave me $2 for flip-flops. And people are, oh, my God, thank you.
Right.
So this I'd like to see when it backfires and goes terribly wrong.
Yeah,
because I hate this kind of stuff. It's so self-gratifying.
That's what she wanted, was views and clicks. And
that's all these people want. They want views and clicks.
But they are doing nice things. I mean, they are.
Would you trust someone out of the blue
No.
who just walked
That's
out?
the whole thing. No.
I mean, just as an average shopper.
No, it feels like a scam.
No.
Yeah, I'm getting taken.
Yeah, immediately. Like, if she goes, I want to pay for your groceries, I'd be like, what's the catch?
And guess what's happening? Now you have those videos popping up.
Fights.
It's people doing, I want to pay for this, and then they don't.
And then they wind up.
It becomes, oh, this is a prank on you.
Yeah.
So,
right.
of course, that starts to take off now, too.
Right.
But I don't like this. It's all, to me, really self-gratifying stuff, especially if you're filming. If I see somebody filming, I'm like, oh, well, they're doing this for their pay.
Do you know, Kelly, in this particular instance, the English accented girl who wanted to buy groceries?
Yeah.
Is she holding her own phone doing all this, or is someone with her? Does she have a?
She was holding her own. She was like coming up and filming it herself.
Because in the olden days, you could tell when someone was going to put you on video because video cameras were enormous.
That's right. Yes. That's exactly right.
In this case, I wouldn't even know that I was being filmed until halfway through the conversation.
Yeah, true.
And what if if I was being filmed, if they came up and did that to me, what ends up happening is somebody goes, oh, He doesn't need free groceries. He makes plenty of money.
Well, that's what the people say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need this. You give it. They also give it to somebody more deserving.
But no, he's saying if they post it and Biggie took her up on the offer,
I see. Yeah.
the comments would be, what does he need?
I
for?
see. Right.
Oh,
right,
especially
right.
as a fat person. Can you imagine the
God.
comments I'd get?
Well,
She needs to knock the groceries out of his head.
Should I see ice cream on the conveyor
Yeah.
belt?
But even if I wasn't fat, I just mean as like just a
You're
normal
right.
person.
As a
You're
normie.
right. You're
even
right.
if
One of these days, Biggie.
One of these days, with your low-so diet,
You're on your way.
you'll be fit enough to just be bad-mouthed in the normal way, not just for being fat, right?
the idea is to do it and not record it too. How much would she still do it then?
I doubt it.
Of course she would.
Like the anonymous
secondary.
Right.
man. Like the college man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
No
perfect.
one knows who he is.
Nobody knows who he
And
is.
They can't thank him.
Exactly. He's already died. He does it for people he doesn't know. Now, he just did it out of the goodness of his heart. This girl wants a bunch of clicks and views.
Yeah,
and
the
all
giving
that.
part is secondary.
Right. But it is, I mean, she is paying for
Oh, I'm not
There's
saying that, but I don't want it.
IT Mike, you want to comment on this lady? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Biggie 100%. This is no different than if they set up a Google AdWords account where you just set your price and pay for your clicks. It seems nice maybe to the person that's receiving it, but the gesture is very hollow.
Yeah, I think that's the
well said.
That seems to be the feeling here. Is the gesture is hollow. Thank you
And
very
how
much.
does she have all the money to pay for groceries? Are not cheap.
She must be well off herself. She's a influencer TikToker. Maybe she's made a bunch of money.
Oh,
doing
maybe.
that. Who knows? The ugly story today. Well, I guess this is just more bad, but it certainly hits Chris Demm right between the eyes. I didn't realize this. This is the worst time of year for sunburns because people don't use sunscreen.
Mid-spring?
Mid-spring, according to the American Academy of Dermatology, they said that the sun is in the same angle in the sky right now as it is in late August, but we don't feel threatened by the sun
Because
right now.
the temps are cooler?
Temps are cooler.
And humidities are lower.
Humidity's low, and we go out in the spring and we're outside. I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty as
Daily.
charged. Yeah. You're out there. I've just recently started using my sunscreen out on the pickleball court, and I should have been using it for a few weeks now. And my wife had to get on to me and buy me some new sunscreen and give it to me.
Oh, she's raising 3 children. Bless her.
It's the truth. I mean, I hate to say that.
One's out the door soon.
Just
She'll
one.
never be an empty nester with you around, Kelly.
No, she won't.
Yes, but which one's leaving?
They're saying right now, especially if you're fair skin, red hair,
Oh, they know.
blonde hair, you've really got to be super vigilant right now about putting on sunscreen. Because lately I've been out there pickling, and I'll even say to the Diesel, as he puts on his sunscreen, what are you doing that for? You don't need it.
Pussy.
Don't worry about it. Right. That's what I'm thinking in my
Slur.
mind. And here I'm the one.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I mean, if you're skiing
Yes.
in the Alps
Yes.
in January, you probably should put on sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the beach and pool.
No, and it's not just when it's hot. You know, the sun is out there all
True
the
that.
time, and especially this time of year, apparently. They're suggesting SPF 30 or higher and a wide-brimmed hat. That's what Chris Demm wears every single day. A wide-brimmed hat, where they call you Maud.
Here comes Maud.
When you go out there. That's right. That's what he does.
What's your number, Dem?
50.
50.
I'm wearing a 15 now.
That's 15 indoors.
Well, he's inside.
Indoor 15.
With these
fluorescent.
With these fluorescent lights.
LEDs.
Right next to that screen.
Yeah, that screen's going
Look
to
at
get
this
you.
thing.
He won't be caught dead in less than a 15.
Yeah, you're going to get right cheek cancer.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
between the sun and Mercury.
There was discussion of that too yesterday.
There was. We're getting a bigger one.
This big screen. There's a big.
to make me crazier.
That's right.
Somebody said, I said, can we flip the messages? And someone else said, no, a member complained. I said, what member? I said, well, it made Chris Demm have some sort of seizure, so
It's scrambling his brains.
can't do it. Can't do it.
The only way to do it is to go bigger.
Or go home.
Slur. I gave him a slur. It's on me. Ugly story today. A young man, a teenager who is unidentified. I didn't know this could happen, honestly. He's 16 years old from Utah, has suffered an injury and serious pain. He bent over to pick up a golf ball out of the hole after he had made a putt and felt tremendous pain. And for the rest of the round, felt tremendous pain. When he got home, he noticed his left testicle was not in his scrotum. This is graphic. I should have said earlier.
kind of ball was he playing with?
This is graphic. I apologize. The golfer told his parents they took him to the Salt Lake City hospital. He had ongoing abdominal pain. Doctors administered painkillers, and the patient still was sent home, not sure what had happened. They take him back. Finally, he admits, my testicle is not where it's supposed to be. He kept trying to get it back down. There's some sort of an issue.
Oh, so it wasn't in the cup.
Oh, I thought he got bit by a spider.
No. It wasn't in the cup.
It
No.
went up into his body cavity?
It went up into his body cavity. The testicle descended normally during puberty, but because of something he had since birth, and there is a word for it. It's known apparently in medical circles. The testicle can go back and forth up into your abdominal cavity and then back into the scrotum. And his went up into the abdominal cavity and got stuck. And so he only had one testicle that he could see or feel, and he was embarrassed to tell his parents that. He just said he had stomach pain. So finally, on the second trip back to the doctor said, let me see, and said, wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
You got a commuting testicle.
What?
Yes.
I thought, can they do that? I thought they were connected.
In rare cases. His was not connected.
There's no
nerves? He has something called processus vaginalis, and he's been suffering from that since in the womb, but unknown to him. Yeah. So it can go back. Just something like bending over can cause it to go back up.
It drew up.
Yeah, so they had to do a surgery to attach
tie it down.
And so now it's anchored into place, and it won't go back anymore. He is being written up into the New England Journal of Medicine.
Please don't use my name.
Please.
How about a photo, Bobby?
No. I'll give you $1,000 if you let us use your name.
Does it have the word vagin? It does. Please don't use my name.
They call it testicular ascent when the testicle goes back up into. He had it runs up.
That's Easter.
From the canal.
So it was the bending over that sent it up?
That's what did it.
And it didn't drop back.
That's correct. Apparently the shorts he was wearing quite tight.
Oh.
And sent
the style these days.
Sent the testicle back up into his abdomen. And immediately he's like, what's going on? Got home.
I bet that's nauseating.
Not to hurt.
That's what he said. He said it felt, he was nauseous. He had abdominal pain, but didn't tell the parents, my testicle's gone. Until the second trip to the doctor when they said, oh, you should have told us this the first time around. And do a surgery on him.
Man, that's rough.
They also said he had small testicles.
That hurts.
It's unnecessary.